want to get into our baby. Like I see it first thing in the morning. I drive by at night. I bring people by here. I have the benefit of touring it and showing it off. And I'm preaching to you, I mean, because I'm proud of it, but you've got to be over the moon proud of your company and the product. But bring it home here. I want to talk a little bit about our video boards. And if you don't mind kind of explaining to everybody kind of what we got, what we're doing with it, from your perspective and experience, what does that look like?
You know, I've had this question a lot. Hey, what's the best video project you ever did? Mm-hmm. And I tell people, you know what, it's like somebody asking me which one of my kids is my favorite. Right. I don't have one, right? However, that notwithstanding, this project is special. Yeah. It's special for a lot of reasons. For you and your team and the partnership and friendship that we've built over the last, really only 9 months or something, right. Maybe a little longer than that, 10 months since we've known each other. But really what you guys were able to accomplish for the Springdale community is really unparalleled. Right. Very few schools in the United States have video boards at every athletic venue. Mm-hmm. You guys do. Right. Nobody in the nation has the technology that you guys have from a resolution perspective, and we'll talk on that here in a few minutes. The warranty package that you guys have with your board, and so on and so forth. And so when I think about this project and how it came together and how fast it came together, right. I will tell you, I probably have close to a favorite child now, and it's certainly this one, yeah. And a couple others that are under construction right now as well. Yep.
So talk about resolution. I say this all the time. When we first met, we first started, the kind of the marching orders from Dr. Cleveland, the superintendent, was, I want the biggest and the best. Like I don't want to be competing against other people with video boards. I think we've done that. Like we've got, football wise, baseball wise, softball wise, the biggest boards in those venues in the state of Arkansas public schools. But we also have the highest resolution too. And that's kind of the thing that nobody really talks about. We got a big board, but we got a really high resolution board too.
Yeah. It's interesting. And I'm going to answer this a couple different ways, because if I was a traditional salesperson, mm-hmm. and I sat down with you and Coach Fimple and started getting your vision, and you told me that not only do you want to be the biggest, you want to have the best resolution, I probably would have some way, shape, or form tried to convince you or talk you into going a little bit of a different route. Right. Only because the industry standard is 10 millimeter, and that's what everybody's putting up. And heck, even some companies are still putting up 16 and 13 millimeter, but most are putting up 10 now. And but you guys are like, no, we don't want 10. Like, what's the next best that also delivers what we want? And so I didn't try to talk you out of that. I listened and understood kind of why you guys wanted to go that direction. And we arrived on the 6 millimeter product that we sell, and ultra high brightness, so it can combat, the elements and sunlight and everything else. Right. And so, your product is really unrivaled. And quite frankly, unrivaled in many Power 5, NCAA conferences, and even some pro venues when you start to look at the size and the resolution. Right. There's a lot of big boards in the country. We're doing the largest board in high school sports right now. It'll be installed next month. And it's massive, but it's 10 millimeter. Right. And when you look at yours and the amount of pixels you're pushing versus theirs, it is different. Yeah. And so, when you think about your board, like let's just take, for example, your 2 football stadiums. Those boards are 26 feet tall and 52 feet wide at 6 millimeter. Right. That's pretty unheard of right now in the industry. Yeah.
So when we talked about it January-ish, mm-hmm. We started having these conversations. I didn't want to have a conversation with you in 5 years or 8 years and say, look, everybody's at 2 or 4 millimeter, even if that's going to be possible, right? But so you brought 6 millimeters to us. We had the conversation, and we felt like 5, 6, 7, 8 years down the road, we're still going to be at the tip of the spear. And I can't tell you how proud and excited we are about it. Like, it's incredible. So, and it shows, like, we have kids watching world soccer tournaments for mm-hmm. the gold. The girls played in the gold medal rounds in the Olympics. They bring people out here. The Alabama and Georgia play on Saturday. They're bringing people out here to watch that on the deal. Coach Fimple watched the Razorback game on the board. There's nothing we can't do with that thing, because it's basically just a high-resolution monitor in a ginormous scale.
Yeah, so anything you want to do on it, right? So our control system has Apple TV built into it. You can hook up DVDs, Xboxes, you name it, PlayStations. And so yeah, schools are moving movie nights, video game fundraisers, watch parties, and based on the size screen you built, you're essentially running 100% full screen,
right,
just like a TV at home. And then you have that contrast and that clarity that you need at a 6mm to really knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we're incredibly proud of your stadiums and baseball stadiums, softball stadiums, and obviously both of the arenas, as well.
Yeah.